We're sailing, everyone! Yee! Let's go!
Look alive, 'cause while I was waiting for you, paradise is on the other side of the road. We don't know, taking a long way. You and I were born to roll.
It's so weird being back out here, coming from being a fan again, and then like being on the boat and seeing all of them film. It's so strange to be like, look. It feels like I'm in a YouTube video, but I'm just friends with them now. It's so weird. I got a new phone since the last trip. A little bit of a random fact.
No one cares you got a new phone. What they really care about.
Doing my chores for the day, laundry. We don't usually do laundry every day. On passage especially, it's like every couple of days, just because you wear the same stuff and we don't really get dirty because we don't have anywhere to go in the middle of the ocean.
We think it might storm, but there's nothing on the radar. We think it might be dust, but it's a lot of dust.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Christmas on a boat, it feels so much more different than on land. It is so hot actually right now. I'm sweating in this Santa costume. I would actually be sweating back home in Florida too, but at least we'd have AC in the house. All the presents and this candy. Oh! So some of you might wonder how we get presents on the boat. The answer to that was I brought them out. I was the mule for the family. So they sent me a bunch of presents on Amazon and then I took them over here. That's how we're gonna have Christmas. We are about to have a big breakfast. Probably open up some presents.
I know you wanted me under your Christmas tree.
We have just stopped to go swimming because the wind has completely died and it's glassed off. It's insane. Coming from the first couple days of the trip where we had like 15-foot swells and now it's just flat calm, it's wild. Let's go! It is so calm out here right now. Where we're swimming right now, it's about like 3 miles deep of water, which is ridiculous. Never swam in water this deep. I don't know why some people are scared of it, because to me, it feels like swimming in a pool anyways. Woo! Felt so good. So it's currently day 16 of the passage. Looking back, I wish I filmed more of the trip, but sometimes it just doesn't go to plan. You know, there wasn't really all that much going on each day. They kind of like all blended together and was almost the exact same thing each day. A lot of video games, a lot of sitting around doing nothing. I mean, in the beginning, if you told me I would be sad at the end, I don't think I would have believed you. But yeah, I think I will be sad that this is gonna be over. So me and Finn were talking about what this passage means to us. It was hard for me to come up with an answer in the beginning. I kind of came out here as a cool opportunity and another adventure. I think as the days have gone by, and I mean, we're on day 16 now, there has become a deeper meaning for me on this passage. I told Finn, I think this is either the start of a huge and great adventure for me, or it's the end of big adventures for a while, sadly. But we'll see where my life goes after this. This is what it's all about. sunset, golden hour. This is literally why I get up in the morning in order to see this at night. Jack, how's the book?
It's good, I'm liking it. There's a lot of big words.
It is currently the start of my night shift. Kate starts the night from 10 to 12, Finn 12 to 2, me 2 to 4, Jack 4 to 6, and then Keith takes over. So a lot of people wonder what we do during night shift, and when I was learning, Jack explained it pretty easy to me. All we look out for is wind, weather, and other boats. As long as you keep track of those three things, you should be pretty good. Let me take you through what everything does. So this is the steering wheel or helm. We never use it. Then we have the compass. We don't use that either. What do you think we're living in, the 1800s? Now we're getting into things that we do use. The screen I'm pointing at is the autopilot that steers us to our destination, which is why we don't need our steering wheel. Keith sets in the coordinates for the autopilot, and then we just have to make sure it stays on course. Bottom left, we have a bunch of numbers that don't matter. Next to that screen on the right, we have the chart plotter that shows what angle the wind is coming from. Finally, the bottom screen that's all by itself is the depth. It doesn't show the depth because it's too deep in the middle of the ocean. Come on, if you want to crew on a boat, you gotta know these things. Keep up. Way left of the helm station are the engine controls. We don't need those because now we're moving to the real deal. This is the main screen we all use. Starting from the top right, we have speed over ground, which is how fast the boat is moving. Next, we have course over ground, which is our heading. Waypoint bearing is the waypoint Keith sets every day. True wind speed, that's how fast the wind is blowing. Apparent wind speed is the wind we experience from moving forward. Time to destination, that's how long it'll take to get to where we're going. Don't look at that or you will get depressed. Finally, distance to destination, well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Inside the compass circle, we have a gray arrow looking thing. That's our boat. The orange arrow is the current, the direction of it is where it's coming from, and the numbers inside of it are how fast it is. On the ring of the compass, the little blue arrow shows the direction of the true wind speed, and the bigger arrow shows the direction of the apparent wind speed. All the wind info on the left, we don't use. Phew! Now we have the first pillar covered, wind. The second pillar, weather, is found on another screen which I'm flipping to now. This is our radar. I know it looks like a military operation, but this is how we check for any squalls. They will appear as large blobs of red, and they won't go away. If they're ahead of us, it's alright. If they're behind us, you're probably going to be taking the sails down. We haven't had any yet. Praise the Lord. With radar, we can also check for our last pillar, which are boats. They will appear as a little triangle. You would think they would have some better graphics for how much this stuff actually costs. You can see their speed, their heading, and the size of the ship if you click on them. You made it through all the pillars, but there is still a little bit more you gotta learn. For navigation, there's a chart you can look at. It's just for you to know where we are if you're curious. Keith handles all the navigation, so you really don't need it. So I know night shift seems like a lot, but it does get pretty boring because we're just checking stats. And then if they're good, we don't have to look for another 5, 10, 20 minutes. I know the Zatara kids are way more comfortable not checking them. I check them probably every 5 minutes, just in case, because I don't want to kill the whole family and me. That would not be good. So the three things we look out for, wind, weather, and boats, all is pretty good right now. So I'm gonna go journal. I've been journaling every day. I've usually just been doing it on night shifts because I have time, no one's bothering me. I've never really been into journaling, but I thought this would be a pretty cool trip to start on. I kind of like it. It helps me formulate my thoughts and keep the days separated in my mind. When I journal, I always use a red headlamp because it helps me keep my night vision when I need to check the sails or check the stats. What's good about journaling at this table right here is I can turn around and look at the wind stats and see if the wind has changed angles or if autopilot has kicked off, just from a quick little glance. We're good. I think I'm gonna go stargaze for like 30 minutes. That's about all the time I have left. Forgot one last thing we check for, and it's the batteries on the boat and make sure they're charged. right here. And if those get below 75% battery, then we turn on the generator. Well, it is officially 4 a.m. and it is time to wake up Jack for his shift. That went by a lot quicker than expected. It usually goes by pretty fast, which is really nice. So let's go wake up Jack. Good morning. Time for your shift. Alright, well that is the end of my night shift. And it is time to go to bed. Thanks for sticking around, and make sure to like and subscribe for videos every Wednesday. I'm going to bed.